Hello, everyone. How are you today? Let me go ahead and say hi to everyone that's here. Am I coming through clear? Um, all right. Jorn Jorgensen's here saying Shema Bullock. Uh, Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. Bill, hi. How are you? Good to see you. Jorn just got a shipping notice. This package is coming early. We've got Nolan saying hi, Will, in chat. Hi, Nolan. How are you? Bill, hi. Um, Sound good, look good. Thank you. 5x5. Well, okay, fantastic. Uh, Toys. Hey, Jim, if this is not okay or if I messed up, let me know. But is that okay if I do that? See that banner? Uh, just, just thought, is that okay? Does that look all right? And I don't know if I did the link in the description, but I definitely pinned it up there in the top of chat. So if by some strange chance there's someone in this stream that doesn't already know about Resurrection Toys or what you're doing over there, then yeah, there's a chance, but I doubt it because everyone here. Okay, of course, good. All right. Well, this stream tonight is proudly brought to you by Resurrection Toys, bringing your imagination back to life. Did I say it right? I think so. Um, well, before the stream started, I just want to thank everyone. Bill's gonna pop in. Okay, great. Yeah, take your time, Bill. I'm just gonna address the chat here. So what we're gonna do tonight is open up some Power of the Force 2. There might be some episode 1 stuff in there. We're gonna open up some toys, display them, take a look at them, assemble them, and just have a little bit of fun. So really casual, fun chat. We can talk about anything you want. And Reza, who the what? Never heard of him. And hi, very nice to see you, Go to Tron. How are you? So yes, going through all the toys during the toy collection sorting and everything like that, made me realize I got a lot of really cool stuff here, stuff that I actually really like, and I just never opened up um, and enjoyed. And this is not a toy line that I'm really even looking to sell. So why not open them up? Why not enjoy them? And I'm putting the cart before the horse a little bit here because I really don't have a display strategy set up yet, but I think it'll motivate me to get something going. So let's pop some toys open. The first thing I did before the stream, I was just testing some stuff out, and I had this really beat up, crappy box from episode 2, and it's the Zam Wessel speeder. That was the one. That's the sniper, I think, that sent the space slugs after Queen Amidala, and then got shot by um, Django Fett. And here's the speeder, and it was all beat up in the box. Power of the Force 2 is a brilliant toy line. Hi, Ian Sweeney, and yes, you're right. I think it's great and highly underrated. So let's take a look. So this is the speeder. And yeah, Jim, I'd love to have you. Anyone's welcome to come in and just chat. It's a little easier than typing, I guess, if you just want to talk. And we can talk toys. I mean, it doesn't even necessarily have to be about Power of the Force 2. We can talk about anything you want. So here's the speeder. If not using it, because, it's funny, they made this vehicle and it's only featured in that one chase scene. All too often, a solid Star Wars collection is already displayed and tucked away. Such a rare gem to see this kind of curation. Well, thank you very much. So, it was only in that one chase scene, and they made a vehicle for it. But you could use this as a generic kind of space vehicle for anything. It fits 1/18 scale figures. This one comes with a very strange feature, and that this front part is actually rubber. It's a little sticky, I guess, from being in the. It's starting. Maybe it's starting to degrade. I don't know if you could see the rubber there because it comes with an action feature, and that action feature is this. It's got blast off damage. I guess does this crash in the movie? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, you just crash and pop. the pieces come right off, and then it flexes back into position. So kind of cool, but I don't think I have a figure for this, the vehicle, the matching figure. And there was no assembly for this. It was pretty much just snap these pieces in and go. So I didn't really wait. The cockpit's kind of weird. So you open the cockpit, and I don't know if you could see in there clearly. And if you look all the way deep in the back, there's where the character's head goes. There's the handles, if you could see them. And, so I think if this other piece opened up, it'd be a lot easier to get a figure in. I think it'd be hard to get the figure in, and also, if possible, get their hands on those handles and set them in there correctly. But all in all, not a bad Epic Badger. Hello and howdy, folks. Well, hello to you, sir. So Jim's saying very functional, but an odd feature choice. Yeah, I guess using that latex rubber for the crash function, that stuff doesn't hold up. So I would imagine in years to come, that stuff's going to just like corrode away. But pretty cool. So was there anything on cam here or behind me that anyone wanted to see first? Because I mean, and depending on how much interest there is in this, we could go long tonight, keep opening until I run out of room, or people run out of steam, or I could even do this another week. We could do this for several weeks and split it up and just do a couple smaller streams. It really depends what everyone's up to. The reality is I could do this by myself, which a lot of times I have done, and that's fun. But I think it's a little more fun if you guys are here and having fun. So the dewback, I'm going to open up that dewback because guess what, Ian? That is one of the ones that I wanted to open first. So good eye there. I literally see nothing that I do not want to see. Well, great. You know what? I'm interested in that dewback, so let's go ahead and get the dewback. And I apologize when I said massive. I think I meant, and we could do that Naboo Starfighter as well. You just stick around and we'll do it. When I told everyone massive, I meant it. This is not everything. I wasn't able to get to everything. Unfortunately, just some health issues and things like that. Nothing serious, but I just had some problems and haven't also a rough week at work last week. So I've been kind of out of sorts since Thursday, Friday last week, and I just haven't been able to get to anything. I wound up working six days last week, and then pretty much slept all day Sunday. I think I popped on for a couple streams. I saw Bill's stream. There he is. Hi, Bill.
Hey.
And so I've been a little behind on where I wanted to be with this setup and getting everything out. I know I have several more bills. Bins full of figures, loose figures, carded figures, and other things like that. So, Bill, how are you? Bill, are you much of a Star Wars fan at all? Or
yeah, the original trilogy fan, yes.
Sure.
Somewhat a fan of the prequel trilogy, and an absolute hatred person of the sequel trilogies.
Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty much
and I'm hit or miss when it comes to the Disney stuff. I mean, I like The Mandalorian, Boba Fett stuff.
Yeah. I noticed just on your channel you do a lot of the Motu stuff, and I don't know if it's just because of its resurgence and its popularity right now. I know you're into superpowers and other things.
I'm into superpowers. I just got done. I thought done collecting all the superpowers that I wanted, and then Motu came along and got me going again, and that's kind of where I'm spending my money. But here lately, I've been spending my money with customizers to get custom fodder because I just love to customize.
Yeah, hey, the fans are doing the best work. I mean, really, if you want that really cool stuff, you're going to go to the custom market because toy companies don't seem to be listening to or interested in what the fans want. They just want to make what they want.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I know for a fact that all of this resurgence in stuff that we remember when we was kids is aimed directly at us. We're the buyers of that stuff. The kids aren't, and it's obvious the toy companies are trying to get our money, but I'm not sure what they're thinking, because I think they think we're crazy or stupid.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. And
for
just an
example, that
observation here, this
had,
box
had
seemed to have gotten like wet or something. There's like I could tell like the cardboard was wet and dried out. So I don't know what the story is. Most of my stuff has been pretty intact, when I'm taking them out of the boxes and stuff.
see, I had that do bag and that
Yeah.
stormtrooper riding him,
Oh,
but he now
sorry.
resides at my daughter's house. I had a lot of these figures that you're showing here, Power of the Force, when they first came out. And to be honest with you, uh, when those figures came out, I was buying them for me and my daughter, and my daughter actually played with them. I gave them to her and let her play with them. So that's one of the reasons why she took them with her when she left, was because in her mind they're hers, and they are. I mean, they
Hey, I
are.
like the paint app on this little sand
Well,
on here.
he was one of the first Power of the Force figures that had articulated knees.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
And I always liked this particular stormtrooper in Dewback, because if you remember, our stormtrooper in Dewback couldn't do that. He had a trap door in the back of him that the stormtrooper's legs went into, and kind of you were supposed to pretend like his legs were going into those whatever it was on the side of the Dewback, and it looked nothing
Yeah,
like, you know. And
I
that
think they used to do it with what? They just had like a little trap door, right? Yeah,
Yes,
just
a
push
trap
your
door down in him, and his
yeah.
legs would go in the trap door, and you were supposed to pretend like his legs were inside the saddle, the sides of the saddle. But this looks much more movie accurate, and it looks, to me, it looked great back in the day. The only problem I had with the Power of the Force figures was that they looked like everybody was on steroids. Luke Skywalker looked like he was all buff and big old
Yeah,
chest.
Bill, that was the time of when everything had to be extreme. So, it's like if this was called Star Wars Extreme, I think it would have worked just as well.
Yeah.
Maximum force.
But
just
they calmed the line down later on, and made the figures look more realistic. But I do remember when all this came out. I remember buying the episode 1 figures with the com chips and all that, and I even bought the
what to
little
say.
link.
This guy is very well sculpted,
He
and
is.
this is my fault for not, like I purchased these things with the sole intention of just opening them up and playing with them. So you waggle the tail and you get a little chomping and head motion,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
but very well done. The reins are attached there, and there's some kind of flexible plastic. So let's go ahead and just see. And then also there were some accessories that came with.
I think he's got some kind of a pole or something that he carries in his hand, like a lance of some sort.
That's right. Yeah, I have a bag of bits here. So let's go take a look. Um,
And,
let's just check in with chat and
now
see what they're saying. I love
now
those extreme looking figures. They felt ready for a fight.
all
Badger
right.
liked that, and he was the right age for that as well. So, uh, Ian Sweeney saying that
Yeah.
that gimmick with the seating was the same on the Tauntaun, and Logic Blaster redeck with the pink on the Sand Trooper from the set to orange.
Mhm.
Okay,
Well, let's go back in time for a moment as well. This dewback is based upon the dewback that was in the the remakes, or
yeah,
when Lucas came in and redid all the special effects in his Star Wars movies, and re-released them, the re-release Star Wars movies. The original dewback was just a head on a stick with a stormtrooper behind him.
that's right. Yeah. So we've got he comes with a rifle and he comes with a backpack that slots into. I don't know if you see that. There's a
Yeah,
right right
that's
in
his
his backpack. There's a gap there, so you could
yeah,
slide this
that's his
backpack.
environmental backpack to keep him from
Yeah,
collapsing in the heat of the sand there. And
So
Ian
if I
Sweet
could
got a
figure
point that
this,
superheroes were really big at the time, and they thought they had to compete. Well, yeah, probably right, but Star Wars is not
yeah.
exactly superheroes. It's more like space.
So yeah, so that backpack fits in there just right. So that's great, and I think there is a peg on the back here, so you could put his rifle.
hmm
That's pretty cool. That's some good thinking for on their part. And then we've got the big old prodding lance. Now, was this used to you know to control the dewback? Is that like some kind of
I don't
prodding
think so.
stick,
I
like
think
a
I think
cattle
it was some
prod?
sort of a lance of some sort, a weapon of
Okay,
some sort. And of course, we only saw the dewback for just a minute there in the film as he walked off the screen. But in my mind, when I was a kid, I just had all kinds of fun playing with my stormtrooper on his dewback.
sure, sure. I wish I had like a rotating,
Yeah,
stand you could put these guys on.
one of those little lazy Susan
Yeah, I think that would be
motor that
nice.
you see some of the guys use. I thought about getting one of
Oh,
those too, but
I should look into that because no, it'd be kind of cool. Like if I could just have this guy rotating on there while I, unbox the next thing or something like that. So Jordan coming in here with
he looks
some.
like he's pooping.
He looks like he's pooping. Yeah, that's right. You happy? All
I
right.
always thought He Man and them looked like they were about ready to take a big dump too, in that stance.
Rolando, hello, welcome to the
What's
stream.
going on, Rolando?
Uh, and so, okay, so we have Go to try saying the head sculpt on the first orange card, Princess Leia, was unfortunate. Yes,
Yes, it
and
was.
we may get to see one if I got one in that box there. Let me take a look. Uh, oh, once again, he looks like he's pooping. And then Epic Badger saying those remakes that hit theaters in '97 were the first time me and my friends got to see Star Wars. It was not part of our childhood until a few years leading to the re-releases, of course. And you know, I think from your perspective, seeing those additions or changes to the story, well, they just kind of went by because you didn't notice them because you never saw the original to have anything to compare it to. So it was just normal for you. So and that's fine.
Let,
Yeah.
let Epic Badger know something real quick. Okay, in spite of what you may have saw in those movies, hand shot first.
Oh, I got you. Yes, Han shot first. He did absolutely. He's a a rapscallion, a
Hey,
rogue.
Logic Blaster.
So yeah, the dewback sculpting is outstanding. One of yes, I gotta say, long overdue. I don't know why I didn't open
They
that.
did an epic job with that dewback. I have to say, the Ronto
And
was another of special editions. Yeah, and I think didn't it come with a couple of Jawas
yeah,
to swing around?
Rolando saying hi to everyone. That's great. Gojitron. Or granted, Jen, unfortunate that they rushed to market. That incomplete was her sculpting that not really for the
Yeah, yeah.
embarrassment. Oh yes, yes, yes. Um, Han shot only, and then not sure. Yeah, Han shot first, and I mean obviously the stakes. That he was under some pressure there, so I don't
Well,
blame him.
the thing is, if Han shot first, then you have the scoundrel character. If Han didn't shoot first, then you change his character altogether. And I don't know why Lucas decided that he wanted to change Han's character altogether at the last moment like that. But
I feel
it
like I
just
could get a lot of use out of this dewback also because it seems like every Star Wars show coming out happens on Tatooine.
yeah.
It's the most popular barren wasteland planet,
Well,
but for some
I know the
reason they
Mandalorian
go
spent
back
a lot of
there
time
every
there,
time
and
they
then
get a
Boba
chance.
Fett.
Yeah,
But the new have you watched the new show Andor yet?
I watched the first three
Mm.
episodes that
I
came
was
out.
underwhelmed.
Hey, I would say slow pacing. Here's the thing. I think I watched a live stream on this, but uh, how I described it to a friend was, you know, a show on its own. It was okay compared to the previous entries of the Star Wars TV shows. It was a pretty good show, and I would just say that the pacing was a little slow, but I did like some of the characters. I do like Andor. I think he's okay. I think it
Well,
by
it
the
took me
third
a
it
minute. It
took
took
to
me a
the
minute to
third
realize who
episode
he
before I
was.
really wanted to go on. Like I'm curious to see what happens next, which is not something that happened in some of the previous shows where I was dreading what was going to happen next because I could see it coming, and I was like, no, they're not going to do that, and then they would do that, and
Well,
it would be.
like I said,
But
it took me a minute to realize who he is. He is a character from Rogue One,
yeah,
and
yeah,
this is
yeah.
his backstory. This is why
Mhm.
where he came from and how he got to be in the position he was in that particular movie.
Jordan, I think Book of Boba Fett was a huge missed opportunity to truly explore because, like I said, it was described as we were going to see the inner workings of the underworld or the
Well,
syndicates of the Star Wars universe
I'll
being
tell you,
hidden.
Will. I think what happened with Book of Boba Fett that there were too many fingers in the pie.
Could be, could be. I just thought that seeing a crime job drama or like almost a mob series, based in the Star Wars universe,
But
would have
see,
been a
I was
really
waiting for Boba
interesting.
Fett to off everybody in that room when they were all sitting around like in the Godfather.
It's
I thought a lot of
Tatooine, the series.
Boba
Nolan
Fett
says,
to kill every one of these sons of guns, and he didn't. And then that was the sad part because
yeah,
they kind of castrated
yeah.
Boba Fett. In my
Logic Blaster
opinion.
saying he loved Andor so far. Yeah, I watched the first episode twice because I watched it once by myself, and then I watched it again with my wife because I thought she might be interested in it. She didn't really pick up on it, but she doesn't really remember Rogue One either. So, and I think I should go back and watch Rogue One again because I think it would make the show make a little more
Well,
sense for
see,
me.
I've
Just
only watched Rogue One time, and I think that was when
yeah, I
the
haven't
movie.
returned to it. So guys, we've got the do back, which I think is a hit, man, and
Mhm.
long past due. I should have opened this guy up a long time ago. He's hungry. So let's see what else can we do. A couple smaller vehicles, or do you want to pop something else open? I have I have a Tie Fighter, which is just a standard Tie Fighter. Everyone's seen that. I have this expanded universe cloud car. It was based on the concept art. I think that might be fun to open. What
Yeah,
do you
this is
guys
a
think?
one pod cloud car instead of a twin pod.
Nolan, not controversial. If you liked it, that's great. You know what I mean? Like I said, we're all coming from a different perspective
Yeah.
when we're watching these shows. So, just like Badger said, when he watched the special edition re-releases, those were just Star Wars to him. So, it was like that. Now, um, what everyone gets out of the shows, like, did I like the? We're gonna open up the cloud core. Did I like some of it? Yeah, obviously I liked it, but I guess it's like this one. Like something's has this ever happened to you guys? Like someone describes something to you, like a friend or someone, and then your imagination kind of like
Hmm.
starts kind of speculating as to what it could be. I think my expectations for the Boba Fett show were vastly different than what we got. So like if I had never heard of Boba Fett and I just watched the show, well then yeah, I think it might be okay. So Gojatron says, I love Godzilla films. I judge no one. Godzilla films are a lot of fun, and I mean, yes, they could be ridiculous at times, but they're pretty great.
Will, have I ever told you how my daughter would watch Godzilla movies when she was a kid?
No, no, but please do so.
Um, she would have the remote control in her hand, and she would fast forward to the people talking to and get to the kaiju fights.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I know, Godzilla's not a
There we go.
dinosaur, but um, my son was like that as a kid too. He loved Jurassic Park, but he didn't like when people were talking. He just liked watching dinosaurs eat people.
Yeah.
Um,
As a matter of fact, that I think my daughter and I both call the human characters in Godzilla the people who talk.
I maybe I missed something there, but yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I agree. Rogue One is the best Star Wars out there.
Well, it's one of the best new Star Wars out there.
Yeah,
It beats the Solo movie all hands
yeah.
down.
So in the same vein, I don't think that people that have a legit. The only problem I have when, like, because I know some people are saying, like, everyone's just hating on things like that, you know. And I think if you have legitimate criticism of something, you know, that's one thing. But when people
I
just,
don't hate on it. I just wish the writing were better. Like for instance, Boba Fett, you could tell that something was going on when the Vesper gang showed up. I mean that just jarred me
yeah,
out of the show altogether.
there was one scene with that gang that really made me laugh, and I think it was overshadowed by the spin and shoot scene. Everyone started like you know, goofing on, which was oh wow, we've got this Cloud City pilot, and he is sticky. I don't know if
Uh
it's a
oh.
plastic he made or what, but his legs are sticky, but his upper body isn't, and he came with this like plastic uh, diaper.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the first time it happened to me on a Star Wars figure.
Put
James
him on toy
Salzberg.
too, so we can see
Salzberg,
him a
how
little
are
better.
you? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry.
There we go.
Yeah, you can see a lot better, but he bends at the waist, which is interesting. But it's just 5 POA, and this is that guy. I don't have any other Star Wars figures that are sticky to the touch. Does he smell weird? Yeah, I don't know. So that's just based on some concept art. So it's kind of cool. I think it's a neat little thing, and you
Was that
know,
the Ralph McQuarrie artwork that was based on?
you know, it might say it there on the package. No, it doesn't. Let's just see. Yes, that's right. It does say it. It was the brainchild of renowned Star Wars artist Ralph McQuarrie. You're
That's
correct,
what I
Bill.
thought. There's a whole book full of his artwork, the concept art that he did for Star
And
Wars
that's
and stuff.
probably
It's
where this was
amazing.
taken. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the ship comes out, and it's pretty much, although there's some tissue paper in there, some really nice detailing on the side there with that Star Wars font. Let's put that there, and let me find the rest of the pieces. A
Some
lot of tape
some
and a lot
assembly
of
required.
those wire twisty ties there. But yeah, I've never had a, I don't think I've ever had a Star Wars figure come out there. Um, Gullwing design. Let me just go back there. I think I might have missed you there, Badger. Okay, where's the one before that? Oh, I have the concept snow speeder with the wing gull design. Yes, and then you change that to yeah, and then just to follow up, I don't mind which Star Wars films people like. I really hate it when people tell me that I'm not allowed to like something or I'm stupid for
No,
liking
no,
it. Of
no, no.
course
You,
not.
you
Yeah,
like what
yeah.
you like, and I like what I like, and
Believe
just
me,
because we don't like the same thing doesn't mean we can't be friends.
I actually love when someone likes something that I don't, because you know, like I like to talk to them about it and find out why. And sometimes it leads to me maybe realizing something about the thing that I didn't see the first time. So sometimes I've gone back and watched something, and um, maybe I didn't become a super fan, but you know, I learned to appreciate it in a different way. So you know,
Salzburg says that your plastic is breaking down on that figure on the arms and the legs. That's why it's sticky.
yeah, yeah. I just don't know why though, because I haven't seen many. Is there anything you could do to stop that? Did anyone know? Like, is there something you could put on them or?
I don't think so.
Um, yeah.
You know,
Oh, a lot of
everything that
people.
we own is gonna go away someday. We
Yeah.
just hope that it doesn't go away in our lifetime.
Tigers are great. They really are. Hey, Jordan. Speaking of tigers,
Oh,
when we
oh
were on, yeah,
did
good.
was that you? It was somebody. It was somebody that got me on my last live stream.
Yeah, that was me, Bill. I'm
That
sorry.
was you. You got me, man. You got me so bad because I
uh,
saw it on the replay. I'm going, oh my god, I missed that, and he got me so bad.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. You know, and it was one of those things because I got to tell you, I really wasn't feeling well on Sundays. I was laying in bed, and I had my phone, and you were unboxing the Mary Jane, the famous couples thing, and you know, I thought about Mary Jane calling him Tiger, Then obviously, so joining the thing, came up with it real quick. I didn't think it was going to work. You ever just have one of those ideas and you just don't think it's going to work, and then sure enough, a few minutes later, you were reading it, but I think it went over everyone's head. Okay,
I caught it. I caught it on the replay, and I'm like, "Look at me! I should have caught that."
this thing
Salzburg
looks
says
great.
it's a chemical reaction, not much, but sometimes using plastic dip helps. I don't know what plastic dip is. I'm showing my level of expertise in
That's
toys here.
I gotta tell you, um,
Plastic dip
this is me. The pilot look like a little Russian. You know, he could.
kind of does, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah, yeah.
I
Comrade,
will break you,
Comrade Vader. uh, I've used rubbing
rubbing
alcohol to take away the
alcohol.
sticky layer. Sure, maybe that works for a while, but then
It comes back.
it probably comes back. But I gotta say, I don't know what everyone else's here opinions on this are. Um,
Uh,
but
get Salzburg. Please elaborate on what plastic dip
plastic dip
is.
is like a it comes in a spray can. You could spray it. It's like a spray rubber. You could dip your tools in it as well. Like
Okay,
they sell it in a little can. Years ago they sold it in a can. You could just dip your like pliers in it or something, and put like a plastic coating back on it.
I got you.
And about 10 years ago or so, people started like painting their cars with it, doing a bunch of crazy stuff. So it also came with this little missile. I'm gonna figure out how that works. Um, they got it at the crazy glue aisle in Walmart. Yep, and then you peel it off. Oh,
And
and
it's
it
supposed to make the
takes
sticky off
so it
with it.
takes the sticky off with it. So, great tip from Salzburg there, everyone.
We'll
I
have to
gotta
try
say,
that.
I'm impressed. I really like this ship. I think it's
It looks
really
kind of
well taken.
cool.
I think it looks great, and I'm just trying to figure out. There is a couple buttons on it. There's a button on the bottom here. I guess I could have looked at the box or the instructions to see how it works. Oh, there's a button on the back. Oh, there you go. All right, so let's do that again. There's a button on the back that deploys the wings, and then it looks like there is a button on the bottom that launches the missile. But how do I put it in there? So, okay, so the missile. There's two little flaps there, right?
They
These
must open up.
they don't
Yeah,
really.
look at the picture on the box. They're opened up.
Oh yeah, they are. They are. They are. Oh, there you go. Okay, thank you, box. Sorry. Something about being on camera just makes you like lose half of your like intel. You're just not very smart or
Well,
whatever.
what it
I
is,
make mistakes
you're
that
a
I would
little
never
self
make.
conscious. I've
Yeah,
experienced it myself and still do, and that's one of the reasons why you were able to get me with that tiger reference.
absolutely. I think that works. I think that's been done too to a lot of streamers. Like chat will make them read things and say funny
Well,
stuff.
I've seen some horrible things get read, but just because
Yeah.
the reader was just reading the chat and
So the
out,
cockpit doesn't have much detail, but it does have some detail in there. Um, there's stickers down there.
yeah, I
There's no
see.
handle or anything, and there's like a little division there just for the seat. But the figure does seat in there very nicely, and then you could close up that canopy. I gotta say, man, that thing looks like something out of Flash Gordon, more than Star Wars, but I think it's really cool. Not sure if I have that red ship. Well, if you do, man, open it up and enjoy it. I love it. I love the decals. Even though it's got this you know just pretty regular paint scheme here. And did they make a toy of the other cloud car? The
I
two,
don't know if
it's
they
like two
re-released it or
two
not, but there
cars.
was an
Two cars.
original vintage.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta say, I love the ship. It's definitely going somewhere in my.
Much of the power of the Force stuff was just re-releases of the old vintage stuff. And like the Millennium Falcon and
Yeah,
the
Salzburg is saying Thunderbirds are go,
it
based
does
on
kind of look like
I think that
Thunderbirds,
the
doesn't it?
hat he's wearing and yeah the aesthetics there. That's pretty cool though. I'm really glad I opened that one up, and I really look forward to playing with that in the future and getting that displayed. So what's next, guys? What? Hold on a second. I've got something here. I recommend subscribing to the YouTube channel EC Henry. He does graphic design and animation. Comes with interesting background stories on Star Wars ships. The Cloud Car is a tourist example. Tourist vehicle, for example. Oh, wonderful! That's great. That's kind of like there's. I went to a new shopping center that opened near me, and
Well,
you might have seen it on Instagram. But they have like everything in the shopping center. It's got a Target, um, Burlington, Ross, TJ Maxx, GameStop. I mean, just so many different things. A Halloween store, pet store, all the stores. Five Below. But they have this little automated trolley that comes and drives you around it. It's a strip center, but this trolley has no driver. It just comes in and you could climb on, and it'll take you. It just goes up and down the long parking lot there. Pretty cool. So the Cloud Car could be like a tourist vehicle like that. Give you a little run around Cloud City. Kind of cool. So I'm pretty sure it was re-released. Most of the Power Force 2 ships had minor records versus the Kenner. Yeah. Uh, re-
if you
there was
don't
a
know
lot of
this,
Flash Gordon influences for Cloud City.
if you don't know this Logic Blaster, Lucas originally wanted to make Flash Gordon, but he couldn't get the rights to it because Dino De Laurentiis had already scooped them up.
Alack Attack is back.
Hey, what's that? Black Quebec.
But
He ended up making Star Wars from his Flash Gordon ideas. In the opening crawl is straight from the old Flash Gordon serials. So there's a lot of Flash Gordon influences in Star Wars.
Yeah. So we've got a couple vehicles now. We did a Dewback and the concept Cloud Car. What's next, fellas? Anything? Anyone else have anything they want to show? Bill, you have anything you want to show? You're welcome to.
All I've got some O2 stuff. We're on a Star Wars kick right now. So
all right. Well, I'm having a blast here. Opening.
I'm looking at that TIE Fighter. Is that TIE Fighter a repop of the old TIE Fighter from the Vintage, or is that a?
Yeah, I think it is. I think I saw. There's a great video on. I believe it's Retro Blasting. I could be wrong. Where they he compared like every TIE fighter ever made. And I'm pretty sure parts, if not all of this, is reused from the original molds. Pretty good. Pretty cool there. Yeah, so like we could pop this one open. This box was really trashed anyway, so I was planning on opening it and getting it in there. You get a really nice look at that. You get a nice little poster there.
That's cool.
That's kind of
cool. Blueprint. Looks like a blueprint.
Yeah.
Like a G.I. Joe blueprint. You remember the G.I. Joe toys with the blueprint in them?
Love those blueprints. I love them so much. They're great. It's one of the best things there. Ian, speaking of powers, Laxabrack is a stunning sculpt. He is. We are in the presence of greatness here, people. Slight remold from the original. And then I have some new Star Trek things that came in the mailbag that I can show later if you're interested. I'd love to see them, Jim.
Speaking of Star Trek, my wife absolutely loved her little Mr. Spock figure.
Oh, did she? Okay,
yes.
I saw it on that one toy hunt that she liked him, and she seemed so happy when she found Mr. Spock. So when I saw him, I immediately thought of her. So enjoy it, Paula. And they're just little, throwaway kind of guys, but they're small enough that I think you could put it on your monitor or keep it around, and it's not like taking up too much space. The wings are nice, and they're remolded. The blueprints and power for the blueprints and Power of the Force 2 were awesome. Yes, I didn't even know about these. So that's a welcome surprise. And then on the back, you could order the entire blueprint portfolio.
Oh, that's cool.
Let me put that on Toy 2 here so we could. Come on, yeah. So yeah, $14.99 for the entire portfolio plus shipping and handling. And you got
it came with a folder to put them in.
Yes, it just said resealable, ready for framing. So you got the ATST, the AT-AT, or AT-AT, the B-Wing, A-Wing, Y-Wing, TIE Fighter, X-Wing, and a blueprint for the Star Destroyer, which wasn't based on a toy because I don't think they ever made a Star Destroyer. And then they had a chrome art image gallery. I wonder if, hey, any of you Star Wars fans out there, did you buy these? Did anyone ever actually order this stuff? And I'd love to see it because that's really cool. So, yeah, I had that tech sheet. Okay. I'm just curious because, I never got that. Yeah. Did it say that? I'm sorry, I missed that part. Did it say it takes 2 to 3 months for delivery?
Well, most of that stuff did take 2 to 3 months for delivery back in the day. A lot of times you forgot you'd even ordered it by the time it arrived. It was like,
okay, this was a company named Zan Art, and there was an 800 number there, and it said within 30 days. So we'll see.
Epic Badger says if the speeder bikes are of the same mold, then you can open both at the same time.
I think they are. I think they are. I think they're just slightly different. Yeah, I think they're just different colors. So yeah, definitely take those out. Jordan, I don't know what you were answering there, but yeah. So we've got Logic Blaster. Hasbro redid the Twin Cloud Core in 2010. Not sure which toy line it was. I own it, and it is fantastic. That's great. I'd love a Cloud City diorama. Wouldn't it just be great? Just to have a massive house and like this giant chandelier that's Cloud City or something, like just hanging from the ceiling. That'd be great. So Jim's saying, yep, happy day in the mailbox. Oh, nice. What'd you get?
Oh yeah, I've got so much stuff coming in the mail. I done forgot what all I've ordered.
James saying he's a loose collector and had all these. That's great. I don't see a lot of these out there, for sale or you go on eBay. By the way, I've been selling on eBay all week. I think it started last week and did all right. I sold off
How's
some of
that
the stuff
going?
that
Tell us a little more about that. How the eBay experience there as a seller.
I mean, it's pretty easy to do. It's not like it's not very complicated. They made me sign up for this new payment thing. I had to link my checking account to it because I guess they ended their partnership with PayPal. So I still have my PayPal account, but you have to give them your checking account directly now. So yeah, there we go. We've got just the cockpit and the main piece there. This thing come with a pilot? What
I
the hell?
don't think it did. I think you had to buy the TIE fighter pilot separately.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure I've got one somewhere. Like I said, I have an entire bin just packed with loose figures. So this is an easy assembly. And
I'll be right back, Will. Just
yeah,
hang
Bill,
on.
take your time. Yeah, take your time. Just building a TIE fighter here. Real easy to do. What do you guys think about gimmicks, guys? Everyone in chat, because this has wings that pop off. Now, and I bring this up, and maybe I'm a little ahead of a little ahead of time here. One of the reasons I bring this up is because the speeder bikes have that crash feature, where they pop apart. And I don't know if any of you have ever, noticed, but oftentimes it makes the craft just a little less sturdy, in my opinion. So this one, the wings are on there pretty well. I don't know how we pop them off. There must be a button on here or something. I really don't want to do it. But yeah, solid TIE fighter. I mean, these are great. I'd love to. I've got a full case of unopened ones here. Yes, no pilots on the larger vehicles. Never cared for the gimmicks, and in the 90s they went hard on the gimmicks. Yes, they did. Will, make sure you're logging your sales and your costs. We'll go get a tax form if they collect anything over 700 for the year. Yes, they did send me a notice saying that, and I got to tell you the truth. I was gonna stop and then just go on Instagram or something somewhere else if I got close to that. I'm not close to that, by the way. Just underwhelming, I guess. I thought some things that would sell for more just didn't. So, battle damage with slime gimmicks, never used them. Yep. Uh, yeah, the break apart and the bikes and softer plastic, it really does suck. I, I I just feel like I'd rather just, even as a kid, I hate the gimmicks because it must cost a lot more to put those gimmicks in than just to make a solid model. You know what I mean? Like when we talk about tooling, and because each gimmick is additional parts and you have to have a functional mechanism, springs, things of that nature, assembly. But I always found like that one, they would spring apart when I didn't want them to. And then two, like I said, just make them a little more fragile. And then you also risk the loss of pieces. You're losing pieces, and then you have this carcass of a speeder bike with no front end,
Yeah.
and because you lost the other part. Yeah, the exploding, it's great when it does work. Like it's fun to do. Um, oh, PayPal does that now too. I'm okay with giving as long as don't script the vehicle or figure. Yeah, true. Uh, you know what doesn't suck? Hitting that like button. Why, thank you
Absolutely.
very much there, Jordan.
And if you guys haven't subscribed to Will, please do so.
Okay, guys, let's look at that. I can put that right there in the
Wow,
clockwork
that
under it.
shows how big that TIE
Yeah, it
fighter.
is. And my wings aren't exactly straight, but I think that might just be part of
What is
the
the green
process.
vehicle there?
Which one? This one right here? This is the
No,
speeder
the
bike.
vehicle, the behind the box there that you just there's a little
Oh,
green
I'm
and yellow
sorry.
bit.
Oh, I showed that when I first got on stream. That's from Star Wars Episode 2. That's the one that the assassin drives when they have that chase
Oh
chase
yeah.
scene where I don't know, like Anakin just jumps out of the ship and like falls through traffic and doesn't get killed. Um, Thanks for the reminder, Bjorn. Great. All right. Well, so should we do speeder bikes, or is there something behind me that you guys want to see? Let's take a look. So you
Hey
got
there.
hi Paula, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Great, great, great. Did you like your little Mister Spock there?
I actually put him together. And
Yeah.
where's yes, I thank you so much.
Oh, okay. Well, great. I saw how much he made you smile when you found him in the toy shop on that toy hunt,
Oh,
and then
you show
when I
her.
saw him, I thought of you. So I'm glad you like it. It was just a very small gesture, nothing. But I thought you'd enjoy it.
Yes, I got. I'm gonna put it on my desk.
Yeah, yeah. See, I was just saying that he's small enough not to be intrusive. You can put him somewhere. And Nolan saying hi to Paula. Speeder bikes first. Okay, yeah, let's do them. And Jordan saying hi. Everyone saying hi to Paula.
Hey, I wasn't
Uh,
trying to interrupt.
but I understand you want to keep that box. I just love that toy. Badger, I don't want to keep that box. I do want to open it at some point, but
Just
I
come back
just
to that thing.
don't
Yeah.
think I'm going to get to it tonight. And, I think maybe the Shadows of the Empire Slave 1, yeah, we're really getting into that. That's going to be fun. So, just depending on attendance, interaction, and how things are going. This may be one or two live streams. It could be three or four. I don't know. I'm willing to just hang out here and keep going until, like I said, I run out of space or people stop watching. So let's jump right into it and get the. So we're gonna do Leia's speeder bike first, and let me pull toy cam back up here, and whoop, there you go. There's the
The
Leia
Tuckaway.
ejecting safety, yeah, safely to someone. Sold that same at for 75, and I had a big one loose. I'll send you so you can sell that one. Well, James, that if you wanted to do that, that'd be wonderful. That'd be great. You don't have to, but I would love to have a loose one. That'd be awesome. Same as the vintage AT-AT, yeah. So I think the plastic on the old ones, right? The vintage stuff was white plastic as opposed to like the gray on a lot of
Mm-hmm.
these. Is that right?
Yeah.
And so they did like a white plastic. And I got to tell you, I didn't get a lot of the original Kenner Star Wars stuff when I was a kid. And well, Oh, geez, yeah. So Salzburg just said, just PM your address and it's your gift. Well, thank you so much. You don't have to do that. I'd be happy to give you something for that. Especially if you see anything you like here, we could trade. Or on any of the previous streams. Please, I'd love to reciprocate and send you something. But I am interested in that ad. So we've got. Boop. Thank you.
Did you see Epic Badger said, do you own the Outrider? I want to see that toy.
Yeah, that's Dash Rendar's Outrider. That was from the Shadows of the Empire. I think I do, but I couldn't find it. I really thought I was going to uncover it during my unpacking stuff, getting ready for that toy show, and I didn't come across it. So that could be one of those things where, what's the toy above my head? That is Sebulba's Pod Racer on top of Boba Fett's Slave 1, which is on top of, I think, yet another. Oh, that's the T-16 Skyhopper. You can take that to Tashi.
Did they actually make a toy of that?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So hey, look at this, man! This speeder bike came with the one hell of a little flyer here, man. We got some Kenner Batman goodness, but let's put that aside for now and come back to that because that might be good for another stream. We'll go through all these. I'm gonna collect them. I have one other catalog from episode 2, and maybe.
Ian Sweeney's going to drop out. It's 1 a.m. where he is.
Oh, Ian, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out. I really appreciate you coming by and, check it in the replay. But yeah, we'll be opening some stuff up. And, like I said, if the consensus is that this is fun and people want to do this again, we can do this again next Tuesday or something else. Or not at all. It's all up to you.
Salzburg says the Skyhopper was the greatest. And he also says the Outrider was undersized. Well, all of the vehicles were undersized.
Okay. Stay. All right. So the packaging here is they love these twist ties, man. They really did. These toys were not going anywhere. You thought you were going to pull a switcheroo? You're going to steal a part? Hell no. What's the toy above my head is still showing there? How do I get rid of that? What am I doing here?
You just got to go back and hit it again and make it.
Yeah, I can't find it though. Chat moved.
Gotta scroll up.
Where are you, Bjorn? There you are. Okay, got to get rid of that. All right.
I can do that too. I'll put a comment on the screen. Forget it's there. I think Jim one time told me get the comments off the screen, Bill.
Yeah, I always forget. But I gotta tell you, isn't it like so cool that I don't know where Ian Sweeney's from? He was saying it was 3 a.m. where he is.
1 a.m. Yeah, 1 a.m.
1 a.m. Yeah, but how freaking cool is it that we're hanging out here? I'm doing something that I could have been doing by myself, opening up these stupid toys that I love. But, and someone halfway around the world is sitting here and enjoying it with us. I mean, I think you're a couple states away from me, Bill, and we're talking.
You're in Florida? Are you in Florida?
That's right. Yeah. I am.
Yeah, I'm in Mississippi.
I identify as Florida man. That's me. I am
Damn Floridians.
Yeah, that's right. All those news stories you've read, that was me. It was me the whole time. I did that. I threw an alligator through the drive-through window at a Wendy's. That was me. Okay, let's see. We've got...
We're all over the place. Bjorn's in Oklahoma. Salzburg's in Pennsylvania. Nolan's in Saskatchewan, Canada. And Lack Sibrak says, Will, you're in Florida?
That's right. Lack, I am.
Rolando Flores is in Utah.
Utah. Nice. Okay, so we've got... I'm having trouble here getting the gizmo to click without popping off here. Oh, and I forgot the front. Okay, so it goes together pretty easily.
And the
it did have
Epic Badger
instructions.
just moved to Colorado from Wyoming. Wow.
Oh wow, yeah. I think Badger's in Colorado too. Duh. That's what I told you. When you're on stream or you're trying to do something, you hear like half of what people are saying.
Largo identifies as a pinata full of cheap rum. You're probably drinking some cheap rum right now, aren't you, Largo?
I don't think I.
Black wants to know: are you in the path of the storm, Will?
So yeah, so I'm actually just outside. So I'm on the East Coast, just north of West Palm Beach, and they are calling. Although they did change it this afternoon, so all week they were saying like we're not really in the path of the storm, and then I think at like the 4 or 5 o'clock update they added Okeechobee County, which is where that big old lake is. That's not too far from us. That's a little farther west across the state there. We're on the coast, but they are kind of a neighboring county there. So they put them in the hurricane path. So we are on the outskirts of it. I'm a little annoyed because we usually have to do a lot of hurricane prep here. I have, 2 stores and other properties that I have to take care of before that. And all week I've been kind of, let's just put it this way, like my one store, it'll take all day to put shutters up on that. We have to put those the corrugated steel shutters up, and it literally takes the entire day. It's
Now I know you used to work at KB Toys, but you're working at what, a GameStop now?
no. I work for a not for profit, and
Oh, that's right, the not for profit. That's
yeah,
right. That's right.
yeah.
So at the non for profit, you don't have to make your metrics, though, do you?
No, it's not. It's not quite. It's not very corporate. No, it's not. It's very similar to running your own business. There's little corporate. Probably the thing that people hate the most about retail is the corporate interference. Or constant.
Well, there was somebody, it might have
Measurement.
been you, that was telling the story about working at a GameStop when your pal had come in to buy a video game or something, and you were just selling it to him, and the bigwigs were standing behind you, and they saw that you didn't try to sell him the.
Yeah, that was me. That was no. That guy was a regular customer that came in and spent about 3 hours in the store every single day. I don't know what the guy did for a living. I don't think he had a job, but yeah, it was one of those situations where, when they say, you offer to everyone every time. How do you know today? Even if you've offered it to him 100 times, how do you know today is not the day he's going to say yes? And I'm like, yeah, upselling back. Hey, James Salzberg there. Just so that one wasn't too bad, but yes, upselling batteries at KB. Now, they did make us ask, do you need any batteries with that? Because we have this battery rack right next to the register. And they wanted you to ask for everything. So someone would walk up with like a pack of cards and you'd say, do you need batteries with that? And they'd go, what the hell are you talking about, man? This doesn't take batteries. And then you just lean in and tell them, I have to ask. I'm sorry. I know it's silly. So here we go. We've got Leia on her speeder bike.
That is awesome.
Hey, you know what? Paint looks pretty good. It looks a little beat up. There's a little damage there. You see little silver touches there, the highlights. Also,
they really did go all out with these toys.
Yeah, they look really good. Leia looks all right. So weekly dial-ins. Yep. Epic Badger. Oh man, are we talking about HK-47 here? What is going on here? According to HK, identified as a meat bag full of water. That's right. He is one of the best droids ever. I don't know if you guys played the MMO, the Star Wars, the Old Republic mass multiplayer online game, where they had like a whole quest line where you could go and get your own HK droid as a companion. It was pretty fun. I like that game. I recommend it, even if you just play it as a single player game and don't get into any of the group activities and stuff. It's pretty fun. So every single time my boss Neil would let me slide if the item didn't use batteries. Yep. You played KOTOR 1 and 2. Yeah, the MMO is not bad. Like I said, they really went all out on the. You could play it as a single player game, and you could play it for free, um, and just go through like the story mode, and then just stop playing, and you'd have a pretty fun experience. So yeah, it came with the instruction booklet. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save all of this. There was a decal sheet that came with the speeder bike. And I just suck at putting decals on, and I'm gonna just put them in the box that it came in. Where did I do the box?
I've watched people putting decals on their stuff on YouTube, and a lot of them use tweezers.
I gotta tell you, I really suck at it. That's where my brother comes in.
Oh, is he good
Bro,
at it?
where are you, man? You're supposed to be here. Nah, my brother doesn't watch these things, but he always put my my decals on for me. He's a much more meticulous and neat person than I am. Um,
James
so.
Salzberg played Shadows of the Empire on his old N64.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, I enjoyed that game a lot. We had to sticker all the battery. Yes, yes, like the little pink pigs. Hey, those things sold so well, and Jemmy was the name of the company. The little, we'd have to put the weasel ball out on the little table outside. It would draw people in. The little oinking pig, barking dog. There's a little dog that barked and flipped. Those little gimmick things, but it would draw people in, and we would sell cases of them a week, and great opportunity to tie in the batteries there, get the maximum profit. Um, so, yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like you can play that game as a single player experience. And actually, if they marketed that, they probably would get more people to play it because some of the storylines are actually pretty fun. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Same thing as the other one. So this should go quick. I should be able to get. Hey, but this one came with a little brochure there for our starting lineup. Didn't this just show up in the news because Hasbro
Yeah,
decided
they re-released it now with more articulation.
with more articulation? Yeah, only $50 a figure. I mean, that's such a deal. So we got here.
Who is this being marketed to? Because I know toy collectors don't generally collect sports figures.
Here's all the brands they were that they conglomerated. We've got Action Man, Nerf, starting lineup, Tonka, Batman and Robin, XRC. What is XRC? Can I see that a little closer? I cannot read that. If anyone knows, G.I. Joe Extreme. More hits, more action. Kenner. Nerf. Dragonheart. Batman Total Justice. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight. Batman. Is that forever?
Yes.
Gargoyles. SSP Crime Squad. Is that Batman Crime Squad? Beast Wars. Batman's on this pamphlet like 7 times. Well, we got to go through all these.
Batman sold more toys than any other DC brand that there was.
Yeah, we've got to go through those. I got to find out a good way to go through. Would it be best to like scan those in, and then like maybe do a live stream where we go page by page and just take a look at all the offerings they have?
Yeah, you could set up a PowerPoint and actually share the PowerPoint on here.
Yeah, that might be fun, right? Like go through all those little cross cells, although they're probably very similar. So here we go. The paint on this one looks like it's a little different. We got to do something fun.
Badger says sports fans will absolutely pay $50 for a figure. They spend huge sums on tickets, clothing, gambling, fantasy.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Dude, I got to say, this was 20 years ago. I swear, this is like 20 years ago when we were opening a new KB toy store, right? And it wasn't even open yet. We were building it. And there was a Modell Sporting Goods opening up next door. And they had this promotion where they were giving out free New York Yankee tickets. So I just went there because I was like on my break and I saw these people lining up and I asked them what they were lining up for. And they're like, oh, free tickets. So anyway, I got some. That game wasn't free. I went to that game and spent like $200, and this is 20 years ago. I brought my brother, and we wound up getting food and drinks and everything.
Well, that's where they get you. Any venue like that, that they get you with the food. We went to a ball game in Memphis one time at the ballpark there in Memphis, and my brother had free tickets, and so he said we're going to get in for free, and we got in for free, and I think beer was like $15 a bottle. I mean, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the same thing that happened to me. I'm telling you, I went and I told my brother as a joke, I said, let's go see a Yankee game, no charge. Everything's on me, but I had the free tickets. That's what I had to tell him. So I thought I was being clever. But then we got beer, some pretzels, a couple things, and I looked and I spent over $200 on a free baseball game. So I can only imagine what happens when you pay for the tickets as well. Okay, I can't get this device to stay in. That's what I was kind of talking about with the action feature, which, like I said, it's cool and everything, but it won't stay. Like, I don't know if it's from being so old. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. So let me get the figure out, and
I agree with the Badger there. He says while he appreciates theaters, watching a movie at home and spending that money on a nice dinner is just as great.
It really is. Some of these theaters have upgraded. I've stopped going as often as I used to. But you go there and it's this whole lounge chair, and it's they're really kind of I'm just making a mess there. I'm gonna clean that up afterwards. I'm just gonna throw them aside. And so we've got some articulation. Oh yeah. So that's kind of fun. His arms are not articulated, but let's see how well he sits on this thing.
I'm getting yawny. It's getting close to
my
bed.
I know. I was going to say thank you for hanging out with me. I know this is a little late. I just didn't want to go too early. I usually get out at 6 o'clock, so I wanted to give myself at least, just sometimes got to run some errands after work or something, and I didn't want to have to rush or. All right, so we've got the two speeder bikes. Anyone else ever have this problem? Let me move that that thing there. I guess one leg is standing very well, and then the other one not so much. I don't know if that's something I did.
I noticed that the biker's looking down instead of looking ahead of where he's going, so he's going to have a wreck here pretty soon.
Yeah. Oh, guess what, Bill? His neck is articulated. That's cool.
Oh, really?
You see him?
How about that?
That's great. Oh, you know how much fun this would be? Who's on the West Coast? I'd love to go to the Redwood Forest there and
put these on the exact same mold.
They look the same. Yeah, they're the same mold and the same paint. Because the paint on this one, okay, so this one is a little darker, and then can you see that?
Yeah.
It's a little darker, and it's like a little burnt. And then when you look at this one, it's that the black is a little lighter, and this could just be from painter to painter, right? Because I think people were painting these. I'd love to throw one of these on like a selfie stick with a camera behind it and just run through the woods for a while and just make my own little chase scene. Speeder bikes are notorious for not sitting well and exploding when you don't want them to. And that's what I was saying, Jim Largo. That's my problem with the gimmicks. Great when they work. These are all about wash and wipes at Kenner Hasbro. Yeah. So yeah, this is that's really great though. I'm happy to have these. These are big. These are pretty big speeder bikes. Yeah. Okay. He's not
that one. That one there. He doesn't like to stand up good.
Yeah, he's taking a sharp turn. All right. So we've got look at this ship. I got this green ship here, and these are just the speeder bikes. And I gotta say, Leia too with no goggles or anything on. She'd be eating bugs.
She's a bad biker.
Have you ever been on a bike without sunglasses or goggles or something? I took
Yeah.
a nice Florida-sized bug right in my eye one time.
Ouch.
Uh, just test riding a bike. Me and my brother found it on like Craigslist for $100. Brought it home, and all I did was I took the fuel filter out and put a new one. It was like an inline fuel filter. Someone had it. I went down and I just put one, like I replaced it, and it fired right up. It was great. So I was just kind of rambling around my neighborhood, but I got whacked like 30 miles an hour right in the eye with a bug. It sucked. So that was fun. The vintage ones did not sag. Oh. Uh, uh-huh.
It,
Um,
it was a different kind of plastic
Epic,
that they made some of this the Power of the Four stuff out of compared to the vintage plastic.
yeah. Badger saying he grew up in a small mountain town north of where those redwoods were. Parents never took me. Figured I was already surrounded by trees. I wouldn't be interested. Found that out later. I gotta say, since like the third grade, I saw like this picture of a man, that redwood where they cut a hole in it and cars drive through it, and like a man
Mhm.
standing there, and you can see the scale, and it's like, it's so big that like they have to point out that that's a person standing next to this tree, and it's just
Mhm.
gigantic, and you can't even like fathom it. It's a lifelong dream of mine to go and see the redwood forest someday in my life. I've never done it, and I have to do it because
Mhm.
it is something. I know it's not that hard of a thing to do, but it's just been something never got to do. I always wanted to. All right, so I'm going to move the green machine over here, and I'm going to move the speeder bikes, and we're going to pop something else open.
All right.
What else are we going to do here, guys?
What do we
Any
have?
any
What
anything
do we
from
have?
chat? Anyone
Give
in
it.
chat have a preference?
Give us some choices
Oh
there.
yeah, sure. So I've exhausted everything on the table there. Um, Let me pull myself over here, and whoosh, we'll take a look behind me. So we've got I got this things. I got things everywhere. That Naboo land speeder. You mean this one, right? Uh, uh, uh,
The
Actually,
Naboo
this one right
fighter.
here. This one, the flash speeder. Is that the one? Want to see that one? I think that's what he said, right? Or not? Is
I don't know
that
if he's talking about the Naboo Starfighter, or that toy that you just showed.
they shot Harry and the Hendersons there? Haha,
The
it would be
flash
awesome
speeder.
to see it
Yes,
in
he
person.
wants to see the flash speeder.
All right. Okay, so I have this one, and then next we'll do the Falcon gunner stations. You got it, James. So yep, let's go with this one then. So yeah, the flash speeder, and I think when I saw this the first time during the unboxing, I couldn't believe I didn't open it, and I think I was corrected because I said that this was nothing more than a background vehicle, and they said that this actually blew up one of those droid army tanks at some point. So a
Hmm.
sticker sheet just fell out of the box when I opened it up, so I'm gonna probably just have to write on them what they are or put them back in the box. I don't because I'll forget. And then the Naboo speeder was used for street fighting in the film and knocked out a tank. It was popular in the video games. Okay. I have the Lego Flash speeder. Very cool. So we can take a look at the box, and it looks like you fit a lot of figures in there. Let me pull the toy cam up to big size
Yeah,
there. Yeah, you
that's
got
a lot.
everyone.
Yeah, you can put several
And you,
figures on that for a display.
well, yeah, we've got Obi Wan, we got Padme or Qui Gon, and then isn't that Panaka? Isn't it
Yeah.
Panaka? Flip up battle damage, and it comes with a little turret mounted gun there on the side. Um,
Some assembly required.
so there it is. Let's pop it open and see if we can. Oh, okay. Oh, James is leaving. I'm sorry, James. You know what? I'll save those gunner stations for the next stream, and hopefully you can be there when we do that. Thank you so much.
I got to pop out
look
as
for
well. Will, I've got to go get ready for bed, my friend. But it's been
Bill.
great
It's
with
a
you.
pleasure to hang out with you at any time for any reason. So yeah, definitely appreciate you stopping in here and talking to me while I do this.
All right, I'll probably watch you as I'm getting ready for bed, but I got to pop out, man. I got lots of stuff to do tomorrow. So you
Okay.
have a good night, man. I enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. And anyone out there that's not already subscribed, please go over to Bill's channel. Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. They're weird. They're fantastic. They're toys, and they are adventures. And Bill's just a great guy. And he has a vast knowledge of toys and all things pop culture there. So you can always count on him um, to give you some information. I've learned a lot watching his channel and his streams. So let's go ahead and some assembly required. Let's take a look here. Oh, 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 oh. Lots of bags and lots of stickers. Was there a catalog? No catalog in this one. Bummer. I'm noticing some kind of discoloration on the windshield. Is that battle damage that they added, or is that some kind of degradation that's happened? That looks crystal clear to me, right? So, I mean, it's been in the box the whole time. How could that occur? I don't know. That's weird. I mean, I think it looks just fine. But yeah, pretty simple. This piece just slides right into there. It was made pretty well. We're in. Okay. Wait, something's missing here. There's a platform on the back there. There goes the box. Oh, there is. Look at that. There's a brochure. Another little pamphlet there. Yeah, yeah. Not intentional. Maybe it was open before. Maybe it was, but I thought I just cut the tape on it. Oh no! Look at this. It says, "Where's the extending platform that goes on the back?" Maybe it just slides right out. Oh. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. So yeah, that is all there is to it. That just goes together, and then that just slides out, and you can put a figure on it. Seems kind of weird. I think it'd be attached somehow. Then we've got the missile. Okay. All right, and then I found this one. Yeah, sure thing, Jim. I could post that right in the chat right now. Okay, let me post that in there. Yeah, it is always nice to have someone to talk to while you're doing these things. I'm sure someday, somewhere, I could get better at it. Okay, so here's the odd thing, though, is that we've got our laser cannon. Oh, there we go. Okay, it goes in there. But it's like got a it's like a straight. There we go. And then I see. Then you pull this out. Ah, nice. Oh, very cool. Okay. So that little tab goes into that groove on the platform, and as you rotate the platform, you rotate the gun. And does it fire? You better believe it, big balls. Oh, sweet. Let me do that again. All right, ready? Oh. It fires, but I guess Nolan, it does fire, but not very well. So, but maybe let's try a different angle. Let's get a little more air, and boom, nice. There you go, direct hit. All right. Very cool. All right, so we've got that. Do I need to open up some figures and see if we got some figures we could put in this thing, even if they're not episode 1. Let me move the speeder bike over here. All right, put him right next to this dewback. Let me back this boy up because I've got these. Maybe we got something cool in here, and I thought you guys might like to just see that because this is just an original. Always add to the cool points. Yes. So yeah, so this was an original shipper carton that the figures came in. So the figures in there, you know, I don't want to mislead anyone. The figures in there are not the ones that came in this carton. But at the time, I thought, hey, what a better place to store my Star Wars action figures than in the shipper carton. So as I was stocking them on the shelf, I made a point to save several of these. So this one says Power of the Force action figure assortment, 12 pieces. You could also see that this was from the KB Toys store, number 15, Willowbrook Mall, Wayne, and yeah, that's pretty cool. That was 3/23/1999. So these were from 1999. Do we want to see if we have any cool guys in here? I don't know if we do. It looks like these are some Power of the Force figures, which I think I already have open. So I've got Han Solo, C-3PO, Darth Vader, Yoda, Boba Fett, Luke, Han Solo. Okay, so nothing really fun in here, unfortunately. It's just a bunch of the just the red cord figures there, but it's just the basic assortment. But I do have this shipper carton, and that's from the Millennium assortment, 12 pieces. And once again, that was from about the same time. And we got some characters in here, and I know there's one that I want to open for sure, and that's him. And then I've got this one. I really like this figure. I don't know if I want to open it though, but that's a Jedi Leia from the Star Wars Expanded Universe, and the package becomes a 3D playset. Let's see. And Princess Leia from the Dark Empire comic book. For 6 years after the destruction of the second Death Star, the galaxy is thrust into turmoil. A reborn evil threatens to enslave the galaxy, and the Republic's closest friend, Luke Skywalker, may become their greatest enemy. Hoping to free her brother, Luke, from the evil of the dark side, Leia prepares to match her power against that of the reborn Emperor. Boarding his colossal warship, Leia is overwhelmed by the oppression of the dark side. Wow. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Don't quite know if I want to open that one yet, but yes, here he is. This is the guy I wanted to open. So you got Prince Shizor. I've educated. So I always called it Ixor, but I was looking it up before the stream. Prince Shizor is how you're supposed to say that. But yeah, we've got Chewbacca, one of my favorite characters ever. And this is Bounty Hunter disguise with Vibro Axe. Such a pretty looking card too. I love the purple. Looks great. And we've got everyone's favorite Outrunner pilot there, Dash Rendar. And do we have a picture of the no, Outrider? We've got Shadows of the Empire Leia and Boosh disguise. I donated him last year. Now some kid has a cool looking Wookiee. Luke Skywalker in Imperial Guard disguise with taser staff weapon. Pretty cool. Another Leia. Look who we got. It's Panaka. He's here. Check it out. We're gonna put him in the back of that cloud car or that flash speeder. Nice. And welcome to the stream, Mr. Jim Largo.
Good evening. Sorry, I was having
Hey.
some technical difficulties with the gremlins on the interwebs there. How you doing tonight?
Yeah. Good. How are you? Oh, we got an R2D2. We got to open him up. He comes with booster rockets. So let's get him open. And look, it's Creepy Puppet Yoda from episode 1. Nice.
Yeah, he definitely had a creepier vibe in that updated puppet from the. It just didn't look like he did in Empire.
Yeah, it was just, I think that, what is that, Uncanny Valley, they call it, or something. I don't know. It's usually with computer stuff, but in this case, it was with Cheezor. Became Imperial Officer. Let's see. It says, saying, I wish I had done this story for Disney Plus. Are you talking about Shadows of the Empire? Because, yeah, that would have been really cool. Great opportunity.
Yeah, Shadows of the Empire or any of the Timothy Zahn novels that he did.
Yeah, I think they could have done a really good job with those. Let's get Panaka open here and get him in the back of that Naboo fighter. And then also, sorry for the crinkle, guys. The crinkle and pop. He comes with his gun in hand, and you know what? His articulation is fixed, but he does hold that rifle, I guess, pretty well. He just swivel at the waist, and his legs are kind of fixed as well. So I don't even think he could fit. Can he sit in that speeder and pilot it? Not really. He's got that cape on too. So I guess we could just stand him on the back of that platform. There's a little peg holder. And let's just see. Can we get him on there? Let's see. Let's recreate your favorite scenes from the movie. Remember that time, Panaku? All right, there we go. He's on there. I liked how the droids were kind of integral to piloting ships and stuff, and they had the little spot there. I thought that was always a cool feature of Star Wars. I don't know. I always liked that. You had to have like a little kind of robot assistance there to help you out. So let's just take a minute here. Jordan likes the flash speeder. Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool looking vehicle. I like it too. So
yeah, I remember when all this first came out. My kids were little, and it was super hype. Everybody was really excited. Star Wars was coming back to theaters, and I remember we went to go see the movie. Movie was pretty good. Then we went to the local. I think we went to a Target or Wally World, but went and saw the toys. Of course, toys were everywhere, and they were just kind of disappointing. They just didn't have that same vibe as the toys did when we were kids. And, my kids were excited to pick up a few things, but they weren't into it like, just didn't have the same kind of vibe like the original trilogy.
No, I think it could also be the way that they use them. You know what I mean? Jordan and I think also Badger said they really liked the flash speeder. The way they worked. This R2 is pretty nice. I like him. He's got booster rockets that pop out somehow. I think I'm supposed to stick that in. Oh yeah. And this is, I guess, the scene where he's like the Swiss Army knife of droids. And whatever, you put him underwater, he's got a propeller that pops out. You do this and that. And this one had he had rockets so he could fly. But I like him. I like astromech droids. I think they're
it was cool. Kind of funny how in the prequels you see him as a top of the line model with all his bells and whistles, whereas in the original trilogy he was kind of like at the end of his service life, and a lot of those probably just didn't work anymore.
Yeah, true. I guess that could be could be right. So Epic Badger, who growing up, Star Wars had had to compete against a lot of properties. It wasn't a standalone like it was in the 70s and 80s. Star Wars for 90 kids was just one of the properties fighting for attention with
That's true.
extreme power. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, and you think, and a lot of it was reissues too. So you had some stuff coming out that maybe didn't make sense, or it came out in like weird increments, or things like that. Like something was just because like for me, I don't remember. And correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone in chat or anyone watching in the future, were there any Star Wars Power of the Force 2 TV spots? Were there TV spots advertising these toys? Because I don't know how I found out about them being back on store shelves. Maybe there was a TV commercial. Maybe I just saw them in stores. I can't really tell you. But I did as soon as I found them. Yeah, the com chips, all those gimmicks aren't the best. I don't know. The com chips, you just put it in a reader and then it just said lines from the movie, which I don't know why they thought that was really important. They probably spent a ton of money developing that. Those chips, the recordings, the the sound engineering, whatever they had to do, the device that I know it's just a little chip there, but yeah, you get that chip reader, putting those things out, and the fact that it also functions as a stand is the only thing that I guess saves it. Um, I think there were one or two TV spots once the '97 re-release came out. I'm wondering, like, did the VHS tapes, like when you bought them, did they have like an advertisement for the toys, or maybe a pamphlet or a brochure or something inside that advertised the toys? I don't know. I don't remember, and I can't remember how I got back into them. But for a lot of people, these were like, if you missed out on the original Kenner line, you were just maybe a little too old to have, or a little too young to have gotten them when they were new, didn't really find them secondhand, or know anyone that was into them and maybe discovered them during like the mid 80s or a little later. These were perfect for you because they were an affordable option where you could buy these toys that you weren't able to get before. So that's kind of cool. Just I guess put it out there. I mean, I guess we got like 10 people here watching, and I was just wondering, how it's going, everyone. Are you guys having fun? Is it something that we should do again? Um, what do you think? Just let me know in the chat. Maybe like we've been live for an hour and a half now, so maybe what we'll do is maybe a couple more items. Cut it off at 2 hours, and then maybe reconvene next week and see how that goes. But do you like this? Is there anything I can do differently? Is the camera maybe moving? Jordan's having fun. So am I, man.
Yeah, the toy cam's working well, and it's always fun to see these blasts from the past.
Yeah.
Power of the Force. It was popular, and then it kind of lost popularity, and now it's kind of making a resurgence.
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of the people that had this as a kid have come to appreciate it, and then also I think maybe it's maybe it's also like the atmosphere that we live in now, where we've just had several Star Wars properties come out in the last year, and I don't know if there was one vehicle offering for any of those TV shows. We're just seeing Obi-Wan figures, or I just saw them for the first time in a store yesterday. So Bill's going to hit the sack. Thank you so much, Bill. Have a great night, and have a great week, buddy.
Yeah, I've kind of checked out on modern Star Wars. I don't have Disney Plus. I don't really want to give the Mouse House any cash. And from what reviews I've heard from people that I care what they have to say, they're not real impressed. They haven't done a great job with Star Wars since Disney decided to pick it up. And it's a shame.
Yeah, I'm just saying if this was Disney 20 years ago, we would have had 3 different versions of all the Vespa scooters from Boba Fett, all of the characters. Oh my God! Oh, you know what? That reminded me. I finished. Okay, so I gotta figure out how to get like a video clip and how to play it, because there's one from the Boba Fett show. Will, good evening, buddy. I'm lurking because I'm working. So tough fuck toys today. All right.
Oh yeah, they've had Rolo hard at work over there. Lots of new stuff coming
Here
out.
I am. I'm glad, man. I'm glad you're keeping busy. So, good for you, man. Um, Nolan just saying good night there. So, yeah, in the scene, because it got overshadowed, but there's a scene, there's one of the Vespa gang that has like a cybernetic eye, right? And if you watch the show again, it was in the last episode. But there's a scene where like they're pinned down and they're like hiding behind a wall and they're shooting at all the enemies, and then like he decides he sends one or two people up there and he's like, oh, go up on that ledge and get a better advantage and you can snipe them. So then they go up there and then they show the scene though where he's like firing and then he looks and they show you in just regular camera, like from your viewpoint, he could see the two people in the building because it's the next building up and it's only like a second story. So it's not very far. It's probably like 20, 30 feet. But then he activates his cybernetic eye and it turns like purple and like the reticle like locks on her and he like zooms in. And it's just so unnecessary. I don't know. It's just really funny. It just cracked me up. It was just such an unnecessary amount of work for what you already saw. Like they already showed it, and then you go back up there, and and then he just goes, "Oh yeah, they made it." I don't know. It was just a weird scene.
Yeah, they kind of, from what I've heard, a lot of flash and nifty CGI bits here and there, but not a strong storyline. Whereas with at least with Mandalorian, they said, what would be cool? Well, how about a Star Wars Western? So it kind of had that Western feel, and
even the music, they did a great job with that. Let me see, what do we have here? And then Badger's here. We had Badger got one of my play sets, and I gotta admit, part of so like for example, I have this one here, the Endor Attack playset, and then I had the Hoth playset. These are really cool, and seeing them again made me really want to get into opening these. And then Badger and Gojutron were nice enough to reach out to me after the thing, and just they went to buy a couple items, so I sold them those. But after they were gone, I kind of regretted it though. I was like, oh man, I could have kept them and hoarded them for even longer. But I'm glad they got them. Badger had a crazy experience. I shipped
they went to a good home.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Badger, I got tracking on everyone's package. Jim, yours got to the UPS place, or I sent it UPS, but it got to the Miami place, within like in a day or two, because it's probably a couple hours away. But yeah, so Jesse was just saying, the United States Postal Service delivered it 3 doors over, and those neighbors took it back to the post office instead of bringing it to him, and then he had to wait to get it shipped again. Scuba Pete, oh my God. Wow. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence, Master Scuba. Best collection in the biz.
That's right.
Man. Yeah. It's so nice to see you here.
Scuba's always a hoot in the chat.
Oh, Scuba's the best, man. Like I said, if when I grow up, I want to be a Scuba Pete. I've said it before. I'll say it again. So yeah. It's like having a real life celebrity visit us.
He does have the uncanny ability to find the coolest places to go vintage toy shopping.
He does, man. The toy hunts are fantastic. So, yeah. So Gojutron got one of these in the Hoth. Epic Badger, he told me his package was lost, and I was feeling really bummed out. And I was looking to get a replacement for him. And I was looking, I couldn't really find them, so. I was really sad, and I was trying to figure out a way I can make it up to him. But then he messaged me, and his neighbors brought it back to the post office and brought it to him. So that's just so. Scuba Pete with a warm welcome and greeting for everyone here in chat. Hi, everyone. So yeah. Ooh, I'd like to know what's in the package. Let us know. So, guys, I'm going to bring myself up again. Here's the big screen. What's next? Besides those things that I promised Salzburg I would do for him next time. Does anyone want to see a T-16 Skyhopper, of Slave One, Naboo fighter, right there? How about a pod racer? How about Darth Vader's TIE fighter right behind me? What do you think? Let me know, guys.
Well, if anybody's interested in switching sci-fi genres, I just got a big mail call today for Star Trek. I've been on a Star Trek kick lately. I've been going back watching the original series and the original crew movies, and so I started hunting down a few of the Star Trek figures and vehicles, some of them from Playmates. Diamond Select put out a few good ones a few years ago. Some of them are getting pricey on secondary market, but surprisingly, some of them are not. So I have a few examples that came in, as well as some of the new figures that just came out, I believe, the last week or two, that Playmates has been releasing Star Trek again.
What scale are those? Those in? Those are like those ones I sent you, the 5-inch or 4.5 or. Ooh, this is actually
well,
great.
yeah. The majority of Playmates were 5-inch scale. The ones I picked up from you, I believe that was from the First Contact movie. They had tried inching into the 6-inch scale, but they didn't stay with that. So 5-inch is mostly what Playmates did. The original ones from the 90s were kind of cartoony, but not terrible. And the ones that they've just released are still in the 5-inch scale, but they went with a much more realistic body style. So, jury's still out on it.
Yeah, the proportions were like a little weird. Like they kind of had like their torsos were kind of like, I don't know.
Right. I'll flip on my camera. I can't guarantee picture quality because of the storms out there, but we'll see what comes up here.
Oh, nice. I like those.
Yeah, these are the original Playmates from the 90s. I have the whole bridge crew coming, but they're somewhere in the limbo of shipping.
Yeah, let me make it bigger here. And
okay. So there's
in the Gulf of Mexico, because that's getting slammed.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, I always have a little bit of a delay on shipping because of things having to go from the continental U.S. over here to Guatemala. So it has to, there's no hurry for them. But I just picked these up. They're actually from the 90s. You probably saw these at KB.
Yeah, they
were very.
They look like 3 3/4 figures, but they're not, right? They're bigger.
Right. These are actually 5-inch scale, and the faces are okay. They are kind of cartoony. They remind me more of the Star Trek cartoon from the 70s than live action.
Yeah,
but not terrible.
That was Kirk from pretty far away, though. So.
Yep.
Let me tell you.
You've seen my Enterprise. That's the one Diamond Select put out a few years ago.
Yeah, very nice.
I just picked this up. Just came in tonight. Playmates re-released the hand phaser, and it's pretty nice. It's got some good details. I'm not crazy about all the screw holes on the one side.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, the color, if I remember correctly, the color had more of a greenish tint in the TV show. It wasn't gray, but for a $20 toy, it's not bad, and it does have lights and sound. You can, I don't know how well you can hear that. But
yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Lights up. You can switch to stun or heavy.
Are you set to stun?
Yeah, it has a little button on the back here. I'll see if I can do this one-handed. You can switch the. You see it lights up there. You can switch the indicator on the back to switch to different sound effects.
Oh my God, this freaking pod racer is like. Look at this thing. It's like a puzzle. Okay.
Oh, yeah, those were fun on Christmas morning. Yeah, I definitely learned the hard way. It's better to assemble some toys for kids before they get up.
Yeah.
But for an inexpensive prop just to put in the background, this isn't bad.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it seems like they could have done something better with those screw holes, but Jordan saying set phasers for fun. And Scuba Pizza
Exactly.
warning you, careful, Jim, don't overload it.
That's true. It also has an overload feature if you
Oh,
want
does
to
it?
set it for overload.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it.
Let's see if I can figure out which button that is. Indicator here.
That's great. Did anyone else catch Jeff Barker's toy hunt video today? He went to Vegas.
No, I didn't see it today.
Oh yeah. That was great. That was great. Uh-oh.
So yes, you can. You can
you
set her.
exploding?
That's it. So the sound effects are a lot better than the old '90s one. Unfortunately, the Type 1 phaser does not remove. In the original series, this black piece here could be a second. It could be just a simple phaser by itself. But this one, it's all just one piece. It's just a nice little prop. Diamond Select did do one a few years ago that was a lot more detailed, but it was a lot more expensive. This one was only like $20, so I'm happy with it.
Great, yeah, that's great.
So I also picked up the Refit Enterprise, one of my favorites. This is the one from the motion picture and from Wrath of Khan. And again, Diamond Select put this out, and I don't know how well my picture is showing up here, but this has a really nice pearlescent kind of finish on it. It's really sweet. They did a great job on the details. It has lights and sounds, but unfortunately, I don't have batteries for it at the moment. But just pick that up to, just to have the two Enterprises there on the shelf. And of course, got to have the girl from the motion picture. This is Ilea. They put her out a few years ago too. So I'll figure out some kind of a display that has all that in there. This is actually from IDW, and it is Star Trek Year 5. It's a graphic novel. They did a 6-issue miniseries a few years ago, and then they've just recently put it out as a collected series or graphic novel. Great art, looks a lot like the actors who played the characters, and these are new stories about the final voyages of the first 5-year mission.
Oh,
so
excellent.
Pick that up to read, and then of course it'll make a nice display to put behind everybody once I get the whole crew there. Yeah. These are the new ones that just came out.
Oh, you know what? From the cards, they look very similar to the
ones that they're doing something similar to what Hasbro's doing, where they're reproducing the classic card backs, but new toys, new format. And I'll go ahead and pull Kirk out of here. I took the liberty of opening him earlier, or at least slicing him up, so I wouldn't have to do it one-handed. But I thought this was cute. On the back, I don't know how well you can see that, you have a Q code with Q from the Next Generation.
Oh,
you've got your little write-up for Kirk and all that. So not bad. So far, the only 3 of the classics that they have done is from the Wrath of Khan. They did Kirk, Spock, and Skan. So I picked all 3 up. Big Bad has them on order, and Amazon has them in stock. And the face detail, they're going with a different printing style. It's not terrible. It's not great, but again, these are inexpensive toys that just kind of has the look. If you put it on the shelf, you get the the feel for it. The body sculpting is actually a little bit more detailed compared to the old ones. He comes with some accessories and a free stand. Always good to see a stand come with a figure. I'll see if I can get him out of prison here. See if I can find my
trying to figure out this damn.
Oh, trying to figure out the assembly. Yeah.
Wait, maybe I got it. I could look at the directions, but why would I do that? There's no fun in that.
That's right. It's no challenge. I hate that they put these silly twisty what do you call them? Zip tie thingies in there.
Those little clear bands are like. I used to remember people like them for braces, you know, like when they have like those little rubber bands.
Give me just a second. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. That's all right, guys. Just gonna keep chugging along here, trying to get this. I've never opened one of these pod racers before. I also have Anakin's pod racer. I got to tell you, the paint and everything looks really good on it. Let me pull those over here while Jim's working on that. But you know, the way they packaged it too was a marvel. I mean, I don't know if when he designed this cockpit looks really good. There are lots of details there. This is like actual like wire, I guess, because it has to be nice and strong to hold this this whole fuselage together. Those go in there. I've got these cones right here. We've got Sebulba, who has some really just odd articulation. So that's him. And now how he sits in the pod racer. Oh,
Yeah, he was an odd one because he kind of like used his feet for hands or whatever. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
He's got. You get your thing done there, or
I did.
Okay, yeah, I'll pop you back up on the big screen so we can see your wearers, your shares. Let me pop you over here.
All right, so there's
what did he say?
oh,
hold on. How are the cordbacks? Really thick. Then Jordan says, I like my women. I like my women thick.
There you go.
And, the only trick figure I have are the Mego ones, and they're still pretty good. Oh, absolutely no.
Yeah, the Migos were the classics. I had those growing up.
Hmm.
So here's the old Playmate style compared to the new. You can see they've definitely gone with a more realistic body style. Seems to be slightly, yeah, he's definitely a little taller. The face is thinner. The detail's not terrible, and he definitely has better articulation. He's got, you know, he can move his arms out and in, and he's got single joints, but again, it's not like you're going to be doing Spider-Man poses with Kirk. He does have, you know, decent articulation in the legs. They even put the pinstriping on the uniform. That's a nice touch. So the detail's pretty good. He does come with a few accessories, phaser and looks like a tricorder, but you know, most of the time I'm just going to have him hanging out on the shelf with the Enterprise.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, the stands look pretty cool, and the pose is all right, and he's got the little thing there. I'd say they're, they're. How much are those?
Right now, Amazon has Kirk and these other guys on sale for about $13. I'm not sure what the MSRP is, but they're for the price. They're not bad.
No, not bad at all.
Compared to what most toys are going for these days, these aren't terrible. So we've got Spock here. He comes with his gloves from his fatal scene in the reactor and a few other bits. Again, the likeness is it's not horrible, but it's not 100%. But got his Vulcan salute going there. Uniform looks nice, and we've got Ricardo Montalban. And this one, I think, looks a little better. If I can get my camera to focus here. There we go. Again, face sculpts are a little soft, but you get the idea. You know who it's supposed to be. And just to have a nice little representation on the shelf with a little bit, better modern articulation. Playmate's not doing a terrible job with these, so I'm not.
No, not bad at all. Hey, I'm gonna just hold on, interrupt you for 1 second here because Jordan wanted to see the pod racer, and unfortunately, here's the Bulba. Throwing a wrench at your thing. It comes with the spinning blades that come out the side, and I can't get them to stay back in. So yeah, that's a nice gimmick there. But this toy is huge. Let me just show you just real quick. Just how big this thing is. Once you put it all together, it takes up a lot of space. But I guess you're supposed to be able to fly it like that. Really huge, and was a pain in the ass to put together. I haven't seen many people play with their pod racers. It could just be because they're so huge, but I think that would really be a great. It was a great
Yeah,
toy. Really well
they definitely
made.
hyped that as the most exciting part of the movie, and it was pretty cool. I mean, I remember
Yeah.
seeing it for the first time in the theater, and it was like, wow, that's neat.
So I'm gonna lose. I'm about to lose toy two. That's why I just stopped you there real quick. So what I'm gonna do is just shut down the toy cam here real quick. And if you still have a couple things and you want to show them, I'd be happy to stay on
Okay.
and talk with you for a while. But I had a full charge when I started, but my battery just died. So I
Been
don't
there,
know what
done
happened.
that. I
Yeah.
have just one last thing, and this is something I've mentioned to you before. I've been working on a pet project to put the Legion of Doom together, and today the final piece arrived. So we've got the original
Bizarro.
13 from the Super
Nice.
Friends cartoon. We've got Bizarro and Manta. We've got the Toy Man. There's Solomon Grundy. We've got Sinestro and Cheetah. We've got Lex in his classic green and purple. Gorilla Grodd. We've got our classic Brainiac. We've got Captain Cold. We've got Scarecrow, the Riddler. And then this was the Grail piece. This is Giganta. She was the hardest one to track down.
Wow.
You can see, yeah, she's a big girl.
Dude, that is
She
an
was-
impressive display, man. Those look great.
Thanks. Yes, I'm really happy to have them. I'll do some toy photography once I get some things set up. But yeah, it was fun to track down. Most of them are inexpensive, except for the two Build-A-Figures, of course. The Giganta and Solomon Grundy are definitely going for some premium prices on the secondary market because they were tougher to put together because, of course, you had to buy certain waves to get all the Build-A-Figure pieces. But yeah, just wanted to share that with you. I mentioned to you that I was working on.
Jim Largo Collection Peak is always worth it. Always like to see them guys. Jim's action figure photography is nothing to shake a stick at either. It's really great, and you're just Jim Largo on Instagram, right?
Yes, Jim Largo 42. You know,
Jim Largo 42.
Adams, the answer to everything.
Yep, that's great.
Just wanted to share that with you.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you so much for hopping on. And like I said, this was it's a share stream. We're of course I was opening up these Power of the Force 2 vehicles. I still got plenty to go. Unfortunately, I lost my toy cam. I'm gonna have to figure out either. Can you run two webcams on a computer? Could I do that? Could I just get another USB webcam and just plug that in? Is that too hard to
you're
do?
talking to a guy who's one step up from a Luddite. That's a grindhead Jim kind of question.
But then I'll put this to the chat. You know, is this fun? Is this something you guys like doing? Because I'll do it again next week, and we could either continue with Power of the Force 2. We could open up and explore another toy line. Once again, all of you are welcome to join the stream at any time. Show and tell. You know, let me see what you got. It's really up to you guys. You know, how we proceed, because this is just fun for me. I'm going to do this anyway, and if I could do it sharing it with you guys, then it's just that much more fun. So
I definitely appreciate it, Will. You know, I don't have a lot of people here that are into toy collecting, so it's nice to be able to share with you guys who actually appreciate some of this stuff.
Yeah, no, and that's the best part too, is I'd like to see what you guys have as well. Scuba saying he had fun. Great, Scuba. Yeah, if you have anything cool to show, you're always welcome to hop on and show off what you got too. So since it's Power of the Force 2 is what we started with here, we've got some stuff done, but I'm counting here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 items done. So that was pretty good. Jimmy Salzberg wanted to see these things right behind me here. So we'll probably do that next Tuesday. Same bat time, same bat channel. So guys, that was a lot of fun. I got to figure out something with I'm using my phone as a second camera. So maybe I could get my charger over here, and it just died on me. So I think 2 hours of streaming, maybe that's pretty good battery time. I could be wrong there. I don't know. Nolan saying you had a blast. Well, thank you guys so much. It was a lot of fun, taking this trip down memory lane. And
Oh, yeah.
now this has prompted me. And please don't let up on me because if I have an opportunity to squirrel this stuff away, I probably will. But I got to get this stuff displayed as well. So that's the next goal, is trying to figure out a cool way to display it. And I know Scuba Pete's got an epic toy display, so maybe he can give me some tips. But thank you so much, guys. Jordan saying good night. I thank you. I'm looking probably to do this next week, same time. So more Power of the Force 2. And if you have anything you'd like to share, gather it up and feel free to join me on camp. Have a great week,
Yeah, thanks,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jim Largo. Thank you to everyone in chat. Have a great week, guys. Talk to you soon.